Well, the stock price went down today for Stellantis. Shares dropped. Some of the analysts are changing their expectations for Stellantis, and it all comes down to Dodge. And what's crazy is it can all be fixed with one word, and that's the Hemi. So what is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. Before we get into today's video, we got to talk about the giveaway. We did launch those extra entry packs for the people that complained because they missed out at the beginning of the month. They're almost completely sold out. We were going to close them out at like midnight or whatever last night, and then the company's like, hey, you really only had this up for like 4 or 5 hours, so we let it run for today. It is getting pulled at some point today. It definitely would be before midnight. I don't know what time they're pulling it, but I told them, I was like, well, pull it at some point today, whenever y'all feel like pulling it. So if they're not all sold out, which some of them are, if you're on the site now, they'll just disappear, they'll be gone. So if you want to get in on it and get in on that Ram TRX, the 2022 with 37,000 miles, absolutely immaculate, and or the Dodge Durango Hellcat, because wow, that has a Hemi in it. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Now's the time to do it. Link in the description down below, tksgarage.bigcartel.com. Fuck, man. It's like every time I'm starting, as I kick the camera, every time I'm starting to see traction with this company in terms of revenue and like stuff's turning around, like a recall pops up, and that hurts. Okay, that's money that's going to come out. It's going to come out of earnings. It's going to come out of profits. It sucks, right? It affects the stock price. But what's affecting the stock price now is 100% can be controlled by Stellantis themselves. This is a self-inflicted wound that I'm going to talk about today. And here's, look, this is the thing that makes me laugh. So many people are in my comments like, you work for the company or the company pays you. Let me tell you something. The company definitely doesn't pay me, one. Two, yeah, I might have like a cool relationship. Like I could chop it up with the people that run the company or work at the company, but in no means am I like in the pocket for Stellantis. And when I do videos like this, I should fucking show you that. I'm an investor, by the way, also. So yeah, I have a vested interest in Stellantis succeeding. Okay, my initial investment was like $240,000 into the company. Like when I bought in, when it went under $10, I think it was like at 9 and some change, whenever it was, 980 something, whatever it was, when I bought in. So, yes, I love seeing the stuff at Ram. I love seeing, 6%, growth, more sales, more revenue coming in, because Antonio Filosa's smart and he's trying to move metal, right? I love seeing that. Cash flow does great when it comes to your stock price, man. You could not be making a lot of money, but if you have a lot of cash flow because you're moving a lot of units, and I know it doesn't make sense for people that's like, well, that math doesn't math. Well, in the stock world or in the markets, it's huge. You could be losing money. Amazon is a prime example. Like that company was in the negative. It lost money every year for 20 years, like forever before it was actually turning a profit. All right. Uber's another prime example. So if your cash flow is good, your stock price is going to look good. Now, Stellantis is doing good because of Ram. If Ram didn't have the turnaround they've had, and that's all 100% tied to better quality, blah, 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 but it's tied to the Hemi. Let's get the bullshit out of the way. It's tied to the Hemi. That is why the company was able to turn it around. The sales numbers, the data doesn't lie. This wound that Stellantis has given itself now with Dodge, with the fucking Charger, is self-inflicted. Now, part of that, I'm willing to give them a pass because they had a complete fucking retard running the company, for a while, from, 2020, whenever they formed from FCA in dumb French idiots at Peugeot to, and Exor or whatever, and put all that together to form Stellantis. So up until what? I mean, he looked like a genius because he kept cutting shit and getting cheaper parts and and that shit doesn't work great. It looked good on paper for the stock market for a year or two. I think the share hit some all-time highs, right? And then it did this. Cliff time. Boo. So I'm willing to give them a pass on the Charger for the electric rollout only. Strictly because at the time, when this thing was announced, I believe it was at CES. Was it CES or was it SEMA? I think it was CES. It was. I think it was CES because they also announced the Ram REV when I was there. And it was cool to see that. And, see what the concept of the Charger looked like. The production car ended up looking significantly different. But, look, man. So I'll give them a pass on the EV stuff. All right. But the inline six shit, when you first put that out and in the first quarter, you're seeing that this is out, that no one's buying the shit. Now it's already got a bad stigma tied to it because of the electric shit. And because the electric one breaks all the friggin' time. And unless you're a guy like me or like my guy Randall over at ModFX in Houston that knows how to troubleshoot shit with cars, if you're just a regular person and your shit breaks because the 12-volt battery that Carlos Tavares ordered for this car is some cheap Chinese shit and it fucking failed, now you're on a tow truck. Now you're not happy with your purchase. Now the company's getting buybacks, lemon law claims, all this other shit. And it all comes down to the stuff that you put into it. Now, like I said, I'll give them a pass on the EV shit. But on the inline six shit, look, I don't have a problem with the inline six. I told you, I think that it should be an option, but they have to have the Hemi there. I don't give a fuck if it's the Hellcat. I really don't. I don't care if it was the 6.2 liter. Do I want that? Of course I do. I don't care if they put a 6.4 in the son of a bitch. And I've heard all the excuses, right? And I've talked to different people at the company, right? Up into the CEO. Well, we got to do this and blah, blah, blah. And then I talked to different engineers and the CEO, and they were like, we can't get the catalytic converters to fit in a certain way. Fucking cut the body. Get somebody to make a modification for that fucking car to put the exhaust in there. This is not rocket science. Well, okay, it cost you what? Let's just say for shits and giggles, it cost Dodge or Stellantis $1 million to $2 million in development to be able to make the fucking exhaust fit for that car. You'll make it up in the first quarter of selling the shit. That's why I said this shit is a self-inflicted wound. Because now all these analysts are saying, oh, these Chargers are stacked up on lots, and they are. I've got friends that own dealership groups. I've talked, they're fucking going, damn, and Dodge ain't putting out a bunch of incentives to move the shit. $5,000 off a $70,000 car ain't gonna move that bitch. I can tell you right now. Somebody's gonna go buy a BMW 540 or 530, in the new body style, or fuck, even the electric version, the i5, before they buy a Charger. And that's what that car is shooting at. Yes, it's a muscle car. Yes, it has some Dodge people that will want to buy it. But it's a very Eurocentric car as well. I've made it very clear in my Charger review. I felt like I was at home in that car because it felt like I was driving. It handled, it got the same power band. I got the same acceleration out of that big ass boat that I would get out of my BMW 540 with a B58 inline six. All right? Is it as fast as my twin turbo M5? Fuck no. Not the V8. But that's where I think the problem comes in for this car. The inline six Hurricanes for Ram, it's not rosy for them either. Them bitches are sitting on lots. Matter of fact, I'm tempted. I just don't want the company to be like, fuck you, why is he cooking us? It's not, it's just nobody's buying that shit. Stop making, not completely shut down making Hurricane shit, but slow it the fuck down. Make 7 Hemis for every Hurricane you make. And you'll be able to sell them. Make the Hurricane more rare. Then you can sell the fucking shit. Or make it where people have to order it. Because people will come to the lot and sign on a Hemi every single day. You put that thing in the fucking Charger, it's over. Now that we know what we know about this other engine that we've seen in diagnostic software for Stellantis, this 5.2 liter Hemi that's coming, dual overhead cam, that's probably what they put in the Charger, right? It's probably got forged internals. They probably could put a blower on it for an SRT version and then a non-blower for a regular version. I'm sure that's probably what they're going to end up doing with the Charger. They got to do it quick. I know roadkill is less than a month away, but they got to do it fast, because what's going to end up happening if it's not done in time is the stock is going to keep taking a beating. It's going to affect other cash flow and other shit in the business. And dealers are going to be burnt out with the fuck, we can't sell these. And then when the Hemi comes in, what are they going to do? They're just going to have to take a loss. They're going to have these inline six Chargers that have been sitting on the lot for 120 to 180 days, and they can't move them. Dodge is going to have to issue some kind of big ass incentive that takes $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 off these cars. Guess who eats that? The company has to eat that shit. They don't magically, cheaper car. It doesn't work like that. The company has to eat that shit, which that's going to affect the investors. It affects the stock price. I say all that to say this. I'm obviously not a hater of the inline six car. I bought one. Granted, I didn't keep it in there long. We ripped the fucking Hurricane out of that bitch after a couple weeks. And that's a roadkill car or a variant with a demon engine in it. Now, I've also driven one all over the state of Florida. I think I had one. Where else did I have one? I had the one in Tennessee too. So, I've got a chance to put thousands of miles on the inline six Hurricane in terms of the Charger. I don't hate it. I'm not saying I hate it. There's a marketing problem. And, it was the same thing on their Instagram post. They posted a thing for Independence Day and they're showing the Charger. It's embarrassing when your halo car, your muscle car, you're doing for a commercial is coming out there and the tires are louder in the commercial than the engine. You're going full tilt, bore, drifting, and all you hear is there's nothing else there. Go look at the fucking post, and you can go look at how many people like my post. I was like, wow, that's crazy when the tires are louder than all three engines. It's a bad look. So I say all that to say this. I think they can turn it around. I hope that Stellantis, I'm hoping Antonio Filosa sees this. I'm hoping that Stellantis lets Dodge, I'm hoping Antonio Filosa lets Tim go, hey, fuck it, I don't care. Shoehorn a fucking Hemi in that bitch and make it happen now. I want them bitches in production. Because if we can get them on lots before the end of quarter four, I think things could massively turn around. Do I think it's bad for the stock or it's not going to turn around now? No, I don't. I think over time it's going to consistently get better. But I'm the kind of guy of everybody's talking about your business right now. You got to strike when it's hot, right? Muscle trucks, Ram numbers through the roof. People are back getting Hemis, all right? People are looking at the company now. It's one of the hottest companies in automotive, right? That's what the other media is saying too. You gotta strike when it's hot. And that's when you do that shit. Are they gonna do it at Roadkill? Are they waiting because it's gonna be Roadkill nights and they're gonna announce, this dual overhead cam Hemi or something there? Fine, maybe. I'm gonna tell you right now, if they come out and it's another Hurricane engine with a big turbo, like if they do the dual scroll turbo shit like BMW does, they just put a big turbo on it. And if they B58 the fucking Hurricane and say, oh, look, this car puts out 1,000 horsepower now. It still sounds like shit. Nobody wants that fucking, And that's what I'm going to be honest. I am worried that that's what they're going to do at Roadkill, because I know the guys that are building the ones for the grudge race in there now. I know the guys that are shout out to my guy John at Boosted Motorsports. He is building a crazy ass Charger there. His car's probably going to be well over 1,000 horsepower. Ultra SRT, same shit. I guarantee you both of them Chargers are going to be well over 1,000 horsepower, and they're going to be running. but it's not going to make the average fucking person go into a dealership and go, fuck it, let me buy one of those. There's one word that's going to do that, and it's Hemi. And we already know. So before you fucking retards get into my comments and go, well, TK, the fucking hurricane's faster. Well, TK, the fucking hurricane puts out more power. Fuck you. I don't care. And neither does anybody else that's an actual consumer that wants to buy this shit. The Ram sales, for just to shut you guys the fuck up, should tell you. The Ram sales by themselves should tell you that the Hemi is better than the Hurricane to the consumer. And guess where it matters? You could have the dopest, most highest horsepower, fucking most reliable fucking thing you could ever put out. If the customer doesn't want it, it's not gonna sell. Facts. But if you have a Hemi, and people know that, and they like it, and it's old school, and it's push rod, and that's what they fucking want, they're gonna fucking buy it. Now, I think they're smart. They put the Hemi name on this 5.2 liter 318, if that's what this thing is. That's coming. And I think they'll have no problem selling those. I think they're going to have a problem making enough of them, probably. So, I don't know, man. I know you're going to say, oh, well, TK, you're irritated because you lost money. No, it's not. I've never lost money. I don't lose money till I sell my position, just so you understand. I haven't lost shit. So it's not about that. I'm a fan of the company first. All right. I'm a fan of fuck the other shit. Let me also be honest with that. But I am a fan of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. I want to see it succeed. You know, when I'm putting stuff out, if I didn't like this shit, I wouldn't do it, man. I'm telling you right now, if I didn't like the company, the products, any of that shit, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't do this shit. Look. People say it all the time. They're like, damn, you know, when you put out and it could be the most insignificant leak. It could be a bumper. It could be whatever the fuck it is that I put out. And it causes excitement for the brand. It lets the fans or the people like me that love this shit be excited for what's coming. I think it was crazy. I saw this at the event at the Rumblebee thing, right? And Tim said this directly. He says, damn. I've never seen this many people come for a press event. Normally we're there's like 5 or 10 or 15 of you guys there. We do the shit and that's it. And they leave. That's not what's happening now. And I'm not just saying that's me. It's me. It's Butter. It's OC Motivator. It's Racer X. It's, you know, Knockout 360. It's all of us. And we don't all talk to each other. It's not like we're a fucking cabal of YouTubers that just happen to like Dodge shit. We're all fans of the brand. I mean, there's people that do content or whatever for Mopar shit that I can't fucking stand. But we agree on one thing, and that's this. That's it. So I say all that to say this. I just want to see the company be successful. I want to see it be here. And I think they have a really good opportunity. If they seize it, they could take over the market. The same way that they did in 2015 and 2016 with the refresh of the Charger. The Hellcat comes out. 392's going everywhere. I think it's a real thing if they want to lean into it and do it. Let me know what you guys think in the I know we went long as fuck and I apologize, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.